Reverse Functions Chronology Chapter 11. Dream Sequence 4 at U.S. Air Force Virtual Reality Hybrid Research Beta, Ep.1, 20 February 2021. I received a message from Team Half Moon and Team Sunflower to meet up in the tavern early in the evening at my earliest convenience. I logged onto the playing fields 1 second after I'd read the message. The hallway of the tavern was filled with the usual suspects rubbernecking over the newly posted lists of wanted fugitives. I thrust my way through and made it to the middle, where I looked around for my potential employers. Neither team had arrived. I wandered around and ended up at the bar area. Bloated fly bartenders were on duty. There was no empty stool. I stood at the left side and pounded on the counter to get the attention of the incongruous-bodied species. Others side-eyed me with annoyed facial expressions. With its ellipsis-shaped eyes, black and colorless, the bloated fly bartender made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Its monstrous appearance reminded me to reduce my alcohol consumption. Its tiny pixie wings fanned rapidly. Only nature could understand how those tiny wings could hold up such a heavy body mass. The bloated fly bartender opened its mouth, jellified sludge dripping out and down. "It's you again." I pounded on the counter several times and said, "Look, you, I always pay my bills, just not now. Must we go through this again?" The bloated fly bartender asked. "Player 2501 is blacklisted." "Your species is unreasonable," I yelled. The Puppet Master's broadcast, Player 2501, insults and assertiveness are prohibited on the playing fields. "Just joking," I said. "Absolute last warning," the Puppet Masters advised. I leveled a contemptuous gaze at the bloated fly bartender, then moved away from there. From the far left side of the tavern, I studied the scene. It was the usual suspects with their heads drooped over the dim candlelight as they engaged in shrewd conversations. Every table was occupied, and at every table the occupants were expressing their astute observations. I wandered from one end of the tavern to the other with open ears and open eyes. Hirelings were wanted in exchange for meager XPs or combat power, CP, for wages. Missions offering such a small number of XPs or a small amount of CP were suitable for beginners and newbies. Experienced players such as I didn't waste time on such trivialities. "Player 2501, let's talk," said a player with a half-moon avatar. "Let's drink," a sunflower avatar suggested. My generous employers. I'm in. At the bar area, I sat between the two of them. A bloated fly hovered around, giving me contemptuous looks as it took orders from the half-moon avatar, then the sunflower avatar. I snapped my fingers at the bloated fly bartender. My usual. "And make it quick." The bloated fly bartender hovered away mumbling Summerhing. "I heard that. I told it." "Untrue." The half-moon avatar said, "We have some jobs for player 2501. With lofty payouts," one of the sunflowers said. Two bloated fly bartenders brought our drinks. The ghastly creatures muttered something, then went on to serve her clients. I'm in, I told them, hoping that they hadn't changed their minds. From past experience, I knew these two teams were generous with their payouts. Half Moon said, perhaps you should hear the job descriptions first. These jobs are rather unorthodox, Sunflower said. I prefer to hear about the high payouts you're offering, I told them. Level 10 Infinity Cast card, Half Moon said. I fell off the barstool. My drinks splashed on my current companions and others who were sitting close by. A level 10 Infinity Cast card. The rarest of the rare, the Puppet Masters authorized only 3 of them cashier. Only the top 1% wealthiest players received them. With a level 10 Infinity Cast card, my character level would rise exponentially. It would elevate my status to new heights, to heights I'd never dreamed of. Give me the short version of the job description, I told them. Sunflower said, it's survival of the unfittest tests that indicate what not to do in certain survival trials. Instead of you monitoring us, we monitor you, and we learn from your pass or fail creels, Half Moon said. Player 2501 will go through multiple scenarios, Sunflower said. Let me think. Level 10 Infinity Cast card. I accept. I told them. My 2 employers authorized the Puppet Masters to upload our agreed-upon contract, and then the Puppet Masters warped me to the appropriate mission scenario Trajectory 1, housecleaning. I was standing in front of an old 3-story mansion with broken windows. Both the mansion and the grounds were covered in trash and debris. The mansion was located in a wooded area with other mansions nearby kept up well and pristinely landscaped. The neighborhood was empty of people. I reread the instructions, get rid of the critter infestation. Suddenly, an elderly couple, both in wheelchairs, appeared. They frowned at me, gnashing their teeth. The elderly man yelled, we want our house back, and we want it now. Hurry up, Missy, the elderly woman said. Hold your horses, I told them. Hold up your end of the agreement and rid our house of these uninvited guests, the elderly man said. The Puppet Masters transmitted, Player 2501, loitering is prohibited. I made my way toward the front door, following a walkway filled with potholes, every inch of it covered in weeds. Garbage and junk was stacked up a few feet high. The front door was half open. I went in, and what I saw was the total opposite from the outside. The interior of the mansion had been kept pristine. The leather sofas, imported carpets, tea tables, and paintings were unsullied in appearance. There. Reverse Functions Chronology Chapter 11. Dream Sequence 4 at U.S. Air Force Virtual Reality Hybrid Research Beta Episode 1, 20 February 2021. I received a message from Team Half Moon and Team Sunflower to meet up in the tavern early in the evening at my earliest convenience. I logged onto the playing fields 1 second after I'd read the message. The hallway of the tavern was filled with the usual suspects.